Shane Holsey, Will Connerly with you here on Car Shield Collegiate League TV. A beautiful afternoon. Let's play 3 today. The Cavemen and the Gems first up, and Drake Salzman towing the rubber for the 4th time this summer. 3rd start for the Cavemen, who are 2-5-1. The lineup he'll face of the Gems is Josh Gibson, Tyler Fogarty, Tommy Woods, Gage Cruz, Matt Westfall, Kylan Cunningham, Jack Rigoni, Tate Wargo, and Jacob Gentry. And the defensive alignment for the Cavemen, Salzman will be throwing to Nick Rose, and at 3rd is Connor Kiffer, 2nd is Colin Turnbow, Andy Bunton at 2nd, Luke Mann at 1st, Zach Floyd in left, Seth Halverson in center, and Caden Deal in right. And again, the battery is Drake Salzman, the Maryville commit, throwing it to Nick Rose. Salzman on the mound for the 4th time this summer. He got things started off on July 1st, took his first start, 4 innings, came out of the bullpen on July 5th against the Hoots, and then on last Wednesday against the Gems, he dealt 5 innings and got the win. Surrendered 8 hits and 5 earned runs, but worked 5 innings of work, and he'll face the Gems again, so a familiar matchups. Likewise with Josh Sieglitz, the opposing pitcher for the Gems. He's also faced the Cavemen last time out on the mound. So familiar matchup, familiar arms for both teams, and you'll probably see that a lot in a 6-team league as some of these hitters may get familiar with some of these pitchers. As Josh Gibson steps into the box facing off against Salzman. And we begin the afternoon with a strike thrown from the right-hander. Salzman, a CBC graduate from St. Charles, Missouri. He's coming to Maryville after a couple years. He played at Henderson State. That ball misses upstairs. There are a lot of Maryville players in this league. A common theme, and also Missouri Baptist players, who is the right-handed starting pitcher, home Josh Sieglitz for the Gems. As Salzman delivers the next pitch, that's fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. He finished the 2020 shortened season with a 2-3 record on the mound as a relief pitcher for the Henderson Reddies. He was credited with 19 strikeouts and just walked 1 batter in only 14 2/3 innings pitched. But he was a starter for the Reddies back in 2019, and he starts off this game with a strikeout of Gibson. He climbed the ladder with the fastball, and the up and in tied Gibson up for strike 3. But Salzman familiar with starting, as we mentioned, been a frontline rotation so far this summer for Will Bradley and the Cavemen, who are on a 3-game losing streak. The Gems on a 4-game losing streak, so one of these teams looking to turn things around, and they will today, as Salzman faces against Tyler Fogarty, hitting in the 2nd spot in the order for Justin Paulson's Gems. Tommy Woods, the hitter on deck, as he gets the first pitch over for a strike. That pitch hit hard to the right side. Bunton's there. He throws it over to first to Mann. And 2 quick outs for the right-hander Drake Salzman, who, as we mentioned, he was starting a lot in 2019. Just 1 relief appearance while making 12 starts. And had a pretty good work of season. He began his college career after CBC at Jefferson College. And he took the mound 14 times, had a .306 earned run average. Went to Henderson, and now will have a stint at Maryville still with that eligibility left because of the 2020 shortened season. First pitch to Tommy Woods misses low. One ball and no strikes to Tommy Woods, a swing and a miss. Tommy Woods, 2 hits this summer, and he's 2 for 9. He's drawn a lot of walks. 9 walks he's drawn so far this summer. That leads the Gems by a long shot. And so when you look at the amount of quality at-bats he's had, it's pretty high. He's also been hit by the pitch a couple times. He's worked those long at-bats, and so he's towards the top of the table in the league in quality at-bats, albeit he's 2 for 9 at the plate. A strong, powerful hitter in the middle of this Gems order. Gems looking for a little bit of that power now, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 away, and the right-hander delivers the pitch. A swing and a miss. Salzman works a clean top of the first. We send it to the bottom. You're watching Car Shield Collegiate League TV. Code Ninjas O'Fallon is located on the Deerberg Shopping Center at Deer Creek Crossing, 2955 Highway K in O'Fallon, at the intersection of Highway K and N. Kids ages 7 to 14 will learn how to code by building small video games with the help of their sensei instructors. They'll start at white belt, go all the way to black belt. So you can go in there today for a free 30-minute session and try it out. Kids have fun, parents see results. Code Ninjas O'Fallon. Call 636-851-9634 to learn more. Colin Turnbow, Mark Schallenberger, and Seth Halverson due up for the Cavemen. They'll be facing off against the right-hander Josh Sieglitz. Sieglitz making his 4th start of the season. He's thrown 8 2/3 innings, and back last Wednesday he went 4 innings against these Cavemen, facing the order again. And that outing, he surrendered 4 hits and 3 earned runs, struck out 6, and just walked 1. That pitch misses inside, and he starts his day off with a hit-by-pitch to the leadoff hitter, Colin Turnbow.
Not how you want to start your first inning of work, especially with the heart of this Caveman order coming up. But I'll have a chance to face Schallenberger, first time we've seen him in a few games.
Yeah, Schallenberger back in the lineup in the designated hitter role. Hitting second in this order. We'll see what the powerful left-handed hitting bat can do here as Colin Turnbow gets on via the hit-by-pitch. He takes the first pitch on the inside corner from Sieglitz, who's thrown 8 2/3 innings this summer. Scattered 9 hits and surrendered 4 earned runs. He struck out 13 hitters and just walked 4. And those 8 2/3. The 0-1 pitch from the Missouri Baptist right-hander misses outside.
Right about 3-1 for that strikeout to walk ratio is a really good. That's kind of what you shoot for as a pitcher, and he's just about right at it.
1 ball, 1 strike to delivery to Schallenberger. He takes it low. Schallenberger 2 for 10 this summer, has 5 runs batted in. 4 of them came on that grand salami he had. He had that 1 home run, and he hits that one off to the left side. Schallenberger, Halverson, man, it's a dangerous heart of the order for the Cavemen.
Especially with inserting Schallenberger back in that lineup makes this lineup that much deeper.
And Halverson's been swinging it really well, the center fielder who's in the on-deck circle. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count, the delivery. And Schallenberger gets caught looking as Sieglitz Puts the fastball low and on the inside corner for strike 3. That brings up Seth Halverson.
I almost wonder if Schallenberger was looking for an off-speed pitch there. Usually on a fastball, when you freeze a hitter like that, that usually means they're guessing the opposite.
So 1 on and 1 away for the 3-hole Seth Halverson. Halverson's been swinging it really well so far this summer. He's 6 at bats. He's had 2 hits, but he's had a triple and a home run for those 2 hits. So he's been slugging it when he does notch the base hit. Just 2 for 6 in 3 games played, but early signs tell he's going to be a very important middle-of-the-order bat. We've also seen he can throw the baseball as well, a nice dual threat for Will Bradley. Pitcher and center fielder has a nice arm from center field, but Halverson's been a good addition to this top of the order. He scored 6 runs in those 3 games played, 2 for 6 as we mentioned, the home run, a triple. Really slugging the ball, put together some good at-bats so far. And a hitter's count 2-1 offering is missed low from Sieglitz. As we mentioned, that 13 strikeout to just 4 walks. Sieglitz has shown he has very good stuff, and he competes a lot of the time in the strike zone. A 4-6, not to the 3 as it gets by Cruz. And Halverson's going to go take second base. Good heads-up base running. We've seen him run around, motor around the base paths for these few games he's been a part of the Cavemen. A great base runner, and it shows right there. He takes the extra bag after the throw from Wargo, or the throw from Gibson. Can't be scooped up by Gage Cruz. And Halverson goes and takes another bag. We saw in the first inning, he stole 3 bases to get the Cavemen on the board yesterday. He's already scored 6 runs. He's a great run-scoring machine for the Cavemen, and a big way to attribute that is because of his great base running.
He's been wearing out the turf here on Carshield Field, wearing out the base pass, running all over the place. Stole every single base in the same inning. And now takes that extra base. A little delayed. The ball hit him, and as it scooted away, he recognized it was too far away for Cruz to get to in time, so he just booked it for second.
Pitch taken for a strike. 0-2 the count to the cleanup hitter Luke Mann, who scored 10 runs so far this summer and has 8 runs batted in, a couple home runs, 6 doubles. He has 12 hits in 22 at-bats. As Halverson takes third base standing up. And that stolen base is brought to you by the O'Fallon Family YMCA, the Y for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So Turnbow got hit by the pitch. Schallenberger struck out. Halverson looked like it could have been a ground ball double play, but he gets on and takes the extra bag after the ball got by Cruz. It looked like it could have been one of those 4-6-3 double plays.
It was a little slow developing to turn 2 on Halverson, but still you want to try to make a good throw to first, or if you recognize he has good speed, maybe just eat it and be content with taking just the 1 out and prevent him from taking the extra base.
Mann swings through the breaking ball. Westfall throws it down to first, and Sieglitz strands a runner at third. We're through 1, no score. You're watching Carshield Collegiate League TV. Just a reminder, this inning's brought to you by Interco Recycling. Interco has been recycling non-ferrous industrial metals, batteries, computers, and electronics since 1996. They operate a 400,000 square foot, 45-acre facility on the Illinois side of downtown St. Louis. So if your company has large amounts of scrap metals, batteries, or electronics to recycle, you could just call Interco Recycling at 1-877-258-3601 or on the web at www.itcscrap.com. Interco Recycling, a Mellotronics recycler since 1996. Watch out to start off the top of the second. As Gage Cruz's bat leaves his hands and goes toward the Cavemen dugout. As Cavemen right-hander back out for another inning of work here in the top of the second. Gage Cruz, Matt Westfall, Kylan Cunningham. Due up here as Salzman set down the Gems in order back in the first inning.
And kind of unfortunate there. It went towards the opposite dugout, so he had to walk over to the other team's dugout, grab his bat, and then go all the way back, get some pine tar. Kind of a lonely feeling. You see a lot of times first baseman, third baseman, when they're catching a pop-up in the other team's dugout, they all spread apart, but when you're going to your own dugout, everybody crowds around you to try to catch you.
Cruz gets under that and fouls it away. 0-2 is the count against the right-hander Salzman, who's taken his talents to Maryville, as we mentioned back in the first inning. And the right-hander making his fourth appearance here this summer, facing off against Gage Cruz. Cruz 4 hits this summer as he fouls that ball away. 0-2 pitch will do it again. One of them being the big fly. He has 3 runs batted in and 3 runs scored. Coming into today hitting at .235. Playing first base today for Justin Paulson. 0-2 count as the right-hander delivers. As he hammers that one foul. A couple foul balls on 0-2 count. Salzman looking to find a way to put the left-handed hitting first baseman away to lead off the top of the second inning. So he gets the sign and delivers the pitch. Missed away. As Cruz is putting together a good at-bat. A ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the second. No score so far. A swing and a miss as Salzman indeed puts Cruz away as they throw it around the horn. 1 strikeout, the second today for the right-hander.
Catcher, number 14, Matt Westfall.
Check that 3rd strikeout for the right-hander as Matt Westfall comes to the box. All of them have been swinging as the catcher, who's hitting in the 5th spot in the order, comes up to the plate. Him and Braden Spar have been splitting time for the Gems as the backstops this summer. As Salzman drops a breaking ball in there for strike number 1.
That's something you're going to see a lot from Salzman today. First pitch strikes, almost 72% first pitch strikes he's thrown so far this summer. By far the best in the league.
And that's why we've seen him have pretty good command in 10 innings. He's just surrendered 3 walks coming into today's game. And he gets a strikeout right there. Salzman off to a nice start as he catches Westfall looking. He's retired 5 hitters in a row, and 4 of them have come via the strikeout.
Can't do a whole heck of a lot better than that. 4 strikeouts and a ground ball mixed in there. You like to get 1 and 2 pitch outs, but hey, you'll take a strikeout anytime you can get it.
And here's somebody who's been on fire lately, Kylan Cunningham. Had 3 hits the other night, hammered that ball to the bullpen for a home run. And coming into today, he's second on this Gems team in hits, just behind leadoff hitter Josh Gibson, hitting .313. So he takes that pitch outside, shakes his head. Good laying off that running pitch. And Salzman has a lot of arm side action on all of his pitches, especially that changeup. He Throws that breaking ball in there, 2 balls and no strikes. And as you mentioned, first pitch strikes, and he does it in a very unique way. He doesn't always pump it in there with the fastball, and that's why the starting pitcher can work deep into games, because he can mix things up eventually when he sees the order for a second time.
And it makes you a multi-dimensional pitcher. If you're a one-dimensional pitcher, the hitters can just sit on fastball first pitch. They know you're going to throw one, and if you throw a lot of strikes, it almost hurts you because they know, 1, a fastball is probably coming, and 2, a strike is probably coming.
He drops in a breaking ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He goes back to it, and it gets to the backstop, so the count runs full. Jack Rigoni, the center fielder, is the hitter on deck against Kylan Cunningham, who's really been on a tear these past couple games, looking to continue that streak. Playing right field today as Salzman delivers the 2-2 pitch. And the ball was outside. Salzman surrenders a walk. First Gems runner to get on base today, as Salzman did set down the first 5 hitters he saw, and 4 of them came from the strikeout. But now a 2-out walk he'll try to work around here in the top of the second.
You never know. Get a 2-out base runner, never know what can happen.
Mann holds on Cunningham at first, and Salzman drops the first pitch in for a strike against Jack Rigoni. He features a slider and a changeup and a running fastball as the right-hander comes set. Cunningham with a big lead at first, and he takes off. Pitch is low, and Nick Rose doesn't take a throw as he couldn't get the ball out of his glove to make the throw down. And Cunningham gets that stolen base, now in scoring position. That's brought to you by the O'Fallon Family YMCA, the Y for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So trying to work around a 2-out walk, Cunningham goes ahead and steals second base. Jack Rigoni trying to drive him in. No score so far here in the top of the second. Salzman drops in a strike, a ball and 2 strikes. And you mentioned first pitch strikes, just a lot of strikes from the right-hander. He's shown excellent command of the zone so far this summer. He comes set, the 1-2 delivery. It's chopped to the right side. Salzman needs to get over. He does. Mann flips it to him. And it looks like they're calling this one a foul ball. They're looking to
That's
see.
what it appears. Didn't think that.
No, Rigoni's staying at first. It looks like they're calling that one catcher's interference.
Oh.
It looks like that appears to be the call. The Blues, the umpires will converse about it. But I believe they're going to call that a catcher's interference, so the runner at second would have to stay put. Initially, it looked like it could have been, it was a foul ball because it was one of those that chopped up way in the air. But you would have seen a more of a limp from the base runners. Those don't feel too good, so I didn't think that would be a likely outcome. But now they're calling that one catcher's interference, it looks like. And so runners will be on first and second with 2 outs. So Rigoni reaches on the catcher's interference. Cunningham walked and then stole second base. And now Tate Wargo, the second baseman, in the box. A couple runners on and a couple outs. As Salzman misses up and in. It looked like that appeared to be the out, the 3rd out of the inning, as the ball was chopped to Luke Mann, and Salzman did a good job to get over. But we never saw the out signal called to send you to the bottom of the second, so we're still here with you. As Salzman looks to get the final out here in the top of the second. The right-hander already with 4 strikeouts today. Looking to strand a couple base runners here in the top of the second. Another strike, a ball, and 2 strikes to the second baseman, Tate Wargo. Tate Wargo 1 for 8 this summer with a couple runs scored. The 1-2 is hit to the right side, foul into the seats. We'll do the 1-2 again. With Cunningham, the runner at second, and Rigoni, the runner at first. A ton of speed on the base pass. Anything in the gap, Rigoni would likely score. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count against the second baseman, Tate Wargo. No score here in the top of the second as Salzman comes set and delivers the pitch. It's hit to the right side. Second baseman Andy Bunton flips it over to the shortstop, Colin Turnbow, and Salzman strands a couple runners. We send it to the bottom of the second, no score. Sieglitz out for another inning of work. He'll face Connor Kiffer, Caden Deal, and Zach Floyd here in the bottom of the second inning. No score so far. Sieglitz got a couple strikeouts in the first. And in 33 and a third innings pitched this season for the Spartans of Missouri Baptist, he had 33 strikeouts. Was in that starting rotation. He gets the first pitch in for a strike against Connor Kiffer. Against William Woods, he worked in 8 innings of work and just surrendered 3 runs, got 6 strikeouts and just a walk. Against Harris-Stowe State, in his last appearance in 7 innings, he struck out 8 hitters. Had a couple good performances for the Spartans this year. That ball's fouled away as the right-handed pitcher, who was a senior this season at Missouri Baptist, originally hails from Peoria, Arizona, and came to the Spartans by way of Gateway Community College. Stands 6'3", and comes inside to Kiffer, who pulls that one foul. 175 pounds, and in Peoria, Arizona, was at Mountain Ridge High School where he spent his days, but the senior right-hander competing here in the Car Shield Collegiate League, coming off the heels of a shortened season in 2020 for the Spartans, where he was enjoying some success in that starting rotation. And we mentioned he has tremendous command. In 33 and a third innings, he struck out 33 hitters and just walked 4. And that's how you keep yourself in the starting rotation. And that's what he's done all summer long as well, making his 4th start on the mound as that ball's hit high in the air and eventually caught by Gage Cruz, the first baseman, in foul territory for the first out.
You mentioned that command is going to keep you in the ball game for longer, and usually when you have great command, that means you're getting outs as well.
Yeah, we got to mention that again. 33 strikeouts to just 4 walks
that's
in 2020.
Almost unheard of. That's almost unheard of.
He's doing well. And enjoying his success and extra eligibility you get from this shortened season from all the spring athletes in the NCAA, as Sieglitz misses outside with that, albeit he was in his senior season. Competing in the AMC Both seasons he was at Missouri Baptist as this ball is hammered to the right side by Caden Deal. He'll take a couple bags right there. As he swats. Oh, no, he's out. Kylan Cunningham comes up firing. Wow.
Absolutely
we knew he
perfect.
could hit bombs, but we didn't know he had a cannon. And he comes there and strands Caden Deal out to dry, trying to take an extra bag. It was a nice base hit. But then out trying to take another bag as Zach Floyd comes to the box.
It took a favorable hop for Cunningham off that wall, juts out down the right field line and caromed right back to him. And he had all his momentum going to second base, and he just fired a missile to second.
Floyd, first pitch swinging, and Rigoni comes up and catches that almost by the infield. So we're through 2. We send you to Shane Holsey. No score on Car Shield Collegiate League TV.
Again, this inning brought to you by our friends at Interco Recycling. Interco has been recycling non-ferrous industrial metals, batteries, computers, and electronics since way back in 1996. The company operates a 400,000 square foot, 45-acre facility on the Illinois side of downtown. If your company has large amounts of scrap metals, batteries, or electronics in need of recycling, you can give Interco Recycling a call at 1-877-258-3601, or you can head to the internet and just type in itcscrap.com. That'll take you right to them. That's 1-877-258-3601, itcscrap.com on the web. Our friends at Interco Recycling, a metal electronics recycler since 1996. Jacob Gentry will get things going for the Gems, and he is first pitch swinging. Turnbow charging hard, and he makes the play for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And he's been pretty efficient through a couple innings, 35 pitches, and continue that efficiency with somebody giving you an out on first pitch swinging.
Hardly gave me time to get through that ad read. Gentry first pitch swinging, wasting no time. But a nice play by Turnbow, ranging up the middle for the first out. And once again, another first pitch strike for Salzman. And there's another one right there to Josh Gibson. Struck out swing to lead off the ball game. So an 0 for 1 day so far as Gibson ropes that one in the left. Back to the track, to the wall, and a leaping try by Floyd, but it's off his glove and it falls for extra base as Gibson in with a double.
He's been on a tear, Shane. He's been slugging it. We've seen that power come out these last couple days as he's jolted a couple balls to left field. He's really swinging the lumber well so far. And at the top of the order, he's been one of their best power hitters all summer long. He's doing a great job for the Gems.
He's in with 1 away. For the designated hitter, Tyler Fogarty. You mentioned Gibson and that power. That's his 5th double. So 5 of his 7 hits going for 2 bases.
And recently, both of those doubles, we looked like they almost had a shot to get out to left field.
And Floyd almost, he got a glove on that at the wall, made a leaping try at the wall, nearly brought that one down, but it deflected off his glove. And Gibson now in scoring position. And a 1-out RBI chance here for Tyler Fogarty. Grounded out to Andy Bunton. Andy Bunton out at second base, his first time at the plate. Here in a 1-1 count.
Gibson, a Jeffco infielder. Salzman, a former Jeffco right-hander, trying to strand the runner at leadoff double to start off the third.
And a former Jeffco infielder on deck as well, Tommy Woods.
And Salzman, you mentioned his command, and it shouldn't be of any surprise. In 14 2/3 innings, he struck out 19 hitters and just walked one guy for the Henderson Reddies. So this excellent first pitch strike and command we've seen this summer should be no surprise for the right-hander heading to Maryville.
How about that first strikeout to walk ratio? That's easy math right there.
19-1.
Here in a 2-strike count here to Tyler Fogarty, looking for a base hit to drive in Gibson out at second after the 1-out double. First hit of the game for the Gems, and he's going to take off for third, and Fogarty rips that one foul. So now each team with one hit. Gems looking to scratch across the first run. Tyler Fogarty here in a 2-2 count after that foul ball, and Tommy Woods is on deck. The 2-2 from Salzman. Breaking ball, popped foul, and out of play. We'll do it again.
This is a good battle right here between Fogarty and Salzman. Salzman is kind of searching for that fifth strikeout here. In the top of the third, he's looked really good these first couple innings. Will be interesting to see how he can work around this leadoff double by Gibson. A big-time pitch right here to a powerful hitter, Tyler Fogarty.
Fogarty a home run and a double. 5 hits on the summer so far. 2-2 from Salzman. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5. It took 7 pitches to set down Fogarty, but a strikeout nonetheless. And number 5 for Salzman. 5 of the 8 outs he has recorded have been the punch-out. So Gibson's still out there at second after his 5th double. Team leader in that category. And Tommy Woods looks at an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Woods struck out swinging the first time he was at the plate. Gibson takes off for third, and Woods pops that one into right field. Caden Deal is underneath it, and he puts it away for the final out. So Gibson, a 1-out double, but nothing doing for the Gems as we head to the bottom of the third. Still no score here on Car Shield Collegiate League TV. Drake Salzman threw 3 scoreless innings. Josh Stieglitz will look to do the same. A couple of right-handers that throw a lot of strikes squaring off here in the Car Shield Collegiate League. 2 bottom teams in the table. Cavemen 2-5-1, Gems 2-4. Both teams trying to break a losing skid and get things back pointed in the right direction. First of 3 games here today. We'll have the Corn Belters and Falcons at 5:30. Hoots and Eagles to follow. Full day of baseball, just 1 game yesterday. Triple header today and again tomorrow. And that's put in play by Rose. Tommy Woods. Strong throw over to third, right on the money to Gage Cruz.
You mentioned a couple of right-handers who throw a lot of strikes. There are also a couple right-handers who were very late in their college career, both seniors this past season, who are going to continue playing. But Shane, the interesting thing is there's no surprise there. When you can't make it in college for a long time if you don't consistently throw strikes. And so both of these are experienced starting pitchers, Sieglitz and Salzman, who are doing just that.
Bunton puts down a bunt, barehanded by Sieglitz. What a play for the second out.
Wow. Didn't even need any leather right there. Comes up running on it and makes a very nifty play right there. Wow.
He knew the speed of Bunton, and he had to barehand it if he had any chance. And he caught it clean and fired it over to first. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Now back to the top of the order, Colin Turnbow as he looks at strike 1, taking all the way. Turnbow was hit by a pitch and then subsequently retired on a fielder's choice the first time he was at the plate. Now in an 0-2 count. The 0-2, Sieglitz looking for a quick 3rd inning. You got the first 2 outs of the inning on 2 pitches. 1-2 count here to Colin Turnbow. Fouled off the mask of Matt Westfall behind the plate. Wears one of those old-fashioned masks with the helmet and then the strap that wraps around the helmet and then the mask on the front. The 1-2 from Sieglitz. Swing and a miss. It took him just 7 pitches to get through that inning. We're through 3 snappy innings here in the first game of 3 here on a beautiful Tuesday here from Cars Shield Field. You're watching Cars Shield Collegiate League TV.
Hasn't let up.
Once again, this inning brought to you by our friends at Interco Recycling. They've been recycling non-ferrous industrial metals, batteries, computers, and electronics for almost 25 years. They operate a 400,000 square foot, 45-acre facility on the Illinois side of downtown St. Louis. So if your company has large amounts of scrap metals, batteries, or electronics in need of recycling, you can give Interco Recycling a call at 1-877-258-3601 or itcscrap.com on the web is where you can find them as well. Interco Recycling, a Metaltronics recycler since 1996. To the top of the 4th we go. Shane Holsey, Will Connolly with you here on Car Shield Collegiate League TV. Charlie Bornoff on the production. As we head to the top of the 4th, 3 shutout innings apiece for Drake Salzman and Josh Sieglitz, both throwing a lot of strikes, and it's been a snappy one so far.
An old-fashioned pitching duel, and that's what we got. They're both carving. There is some action down in that bullpen of the Gems. But these 2 pitchers have put on a show so far, especially Salzman out here for a 4th inning of work. He's racking up the strikeouts already early on this afternoon.
5 strikeouts, surrendered just the 1 walk and the 1 hit. And it's been a very quiet offensive day for both sides as both pitchers have had their A-plus stuff here this afternoon.
It's crazy, that 1 walk. That's what he had all season in 2020 in 14 2/3 innings to 19 strikeouts. But he's looking good so far today.
And he drops a 2-0 breaking ball in there, and Gage Cruz swings and misses. One thing with Salzman that we've seen throughout all his games, throughout all his starts, he can throw any pitch in any count for a strike whenever he wants. The 2-1. Cruz went around, strike 2.
You drop in a 2-0 breaking ball, then you go upstairs with a fastball on 2-1.
It's pitching 101
Really
right there.
tied up Cruz on that fastball.
Salzman looking for strikeout number 6, and he's going to get it. Cruz swings through the fastball, 6 strikeouts for Salzman.
And Shane, the last time this right-hander had 6 strikeouts in a game was way back on February 1st, the first time the right-hander took the mound of the 2020 season against Pittsburgh State, when he worked 3 innings and fanned 6 batters while walking none and just 1 earned run. And he's really carving today. Last time on the mound in 5 innings of work against the Gems, he had 5 strikeouts, already has 6 as he's working here in the 4th. His stuff is electric today.
Best, easy to say, the best we've seen him so far this summer. He looks very sharp. No action in the Cavemen bullpen either.
The Cavemen have been extending those starting pitchers. Look at Josh Hoffman going the whole game yesterday.
That's popped up by Westfall on the infield. Man will call off Bunton for the 2nd out.
Number 3, Kylan Cunningham.
They mentioned this Caveman pitching is not the deepest in the league, so looking for some length out of their starting pitching. They got it yesterday from Hoffman, worked into the 6th inning.
Yeah, that really helped them out. And they have some powerful relief pitchers who they can use and deploy in close game situations like a Luke Mann or like a Seth Halverson. And so that really helped them out to deploy those tactics later on this week as a lot of games are coming up. A couple off days, but for the Cavemen, it'll be interesting to see how they utilize that bullpen, but getting length out of a pitcher, especially Salzman, who worked 5 innings last time, and he's been going efficiently so far today.
That's fouled away by Kylan Cunningham. Cunningham walked and stole a base back in the 2nd, so no official at-bat for him. We saw him show off the cannon in right field.
Man, oh man.
Gunning down a runner at 2nd base, an absolute missile of a throw. That's chopped to the left side. They're going to have to hurry. Cunningham is out. The pick by Mann in a stretch. A 1-2-3 inning. And Connor Kiffer makes the play. Luke Mann the scoop at first. Nice play on both ends to retire Cunningham. We're halfway done here in game 1 of 3 here at Carshield Field. We're still scoreless. 2, 3, and 4 in the Cavemen order due up against Josh Sieglitz. He's back out for his 4th inning. 3 shutout innings so far for Mr. Sieglitz and 4 shutout innings for Drake Salzman. And we've played 3.5 innings of baseball in about 45 minutes. Both these pitchers going to task on these offenses. Just 1 hit aside as we play here in the 4th. And a first pitch strike there from Sieglitz.
The command's been impressive. It's been great to see because you see great baseball, hitters ready, and they've had to make good pitches. They've had to come inside and on guys' hands to get ground outs, and Salzman's got a lot of his outs via the strikeout. Just a couple for Sieglitz, but he's been doing it in every way, and no one's really found a way to square him up yet. And you could talk about that Caden Deal hit to right field.
That's about the only time he's been squared up.
But Kylan Cunningham said, no, sir.
Swing and a miss there by Mark Schallenberger. 2-2 count. Sieglitz has faced just 1 over the minimum. The 2-2. Fouled straight back. That's in the dirt to Schellenberger, seeing his first action since last Sunday, July 5th. Making his 4th appearance here for the Cavemen. So it's been about 9 days since we've seen Schellenberger in the Cavemen lineup. Back hitting second, serving as a designated hitter here this afternoon in a 3-2 count from Josh Sieglitz. Upstairs, he walked him. First walk issued by Sieglitz. He hit the first batter he faced. So the first walk for Sieglitz, just a couple of strikeouts, as we mentioned. And another dangerous hitter at the plate, Seth Halverson.
It's good to see Schallenberger back in the lineup. As you mentioned, had that long layoff since the last Sunday. But, I mean, he really impressed this year in his freshman campaign, the Priory standout. He's starting all 16 games at the Division I level. It's good to see. And you get another good hitter right here in the middle of the order.
The Evansville ace, Mark Schallenberger, on base. Now for the Missouri Tiger, Seth Halverson. And hitting in front of another Missouri Tiger, Luke Mann. .1-0 offering, breaking ball inside. There was some action down in the Gems bullpen, no longer. 2-0 count here to a dangerous hitter in Seth Halverson. And that's popped up foul. Cruz drifting over and leans over, but it gets into the 3rd row. Halverson missed a pretty good pitch to hit right there. Just got underneath it a little bit and fouled it away. Still a good count here, 2-1. Leadoff walk to Mark Schallenberger. He's on base for the first time. Halverson reached on a fielder's choice his last time up as Schallenberger gets way off first and heads back. Sieglitz stepped off to make sure Schallenberger didn't pull a fast one on him. 2-1 coming for Seth Halverson. Swing and a miss. Chased a high fastball.
And after starting off the game, the hit by pitch to Colin Turnbow, Sieglitz has really settled in, but now issuing his first free pass to lead off this inning. It'll be interesting to see how he can work around it.
We talk about the significance of leadoff walks. See if he can work around it here in the 4th. Fouled away once again by Halverson. We talked about it time and again. How often that leadoff walk comes across to score. In a tie ball game here, still no score here in the bottom of the 4th. Both pitchers on their A game here. Another 2-2 coming for Seth Halverson. Down and away.
And Halverson reached in the first inning on that, what looked like it could have been a double play, but ended up being an error on the infield. And Halverson took an extra bag. The Turnbow was retired, but we've seen him, when he gets on the base paths, dangerous things happen. Already 6 runs scored in 3 games.
3-2 from Sieglitz. Sieglitz is smacked into right field, and Schallenberger's going to go first to third, and the throw by Cunningham once again. Another strike from Kylan Cunningham cuts down Halverson at second base.
They didn't learn. They did not learn. Don't test that arm.
Halverson getting a little over-aggressive.
Look
Trying to
at
head
that.
into second base. Another strike from Cunningham right on the money.
They might need to put him on the mound. That's gas both times from right field. That's what you want out of your right fielder, a strong arm. And twice today, he's gunned down runners trying to swipe second base. My goodness, very impressive from Cunningham right there. He's had a couple strikes from that left arm.
Nicely blocked there by Westfall, keeping Schallenberger at third. Schallenberger made it easily over to third, and Halverson tried to stretch it into a double. But Kylan Cunningham said, no, sir. Think again. Second time he's gunned down a runner at second, trying to stretch a single into a double. The 1-0 from Sieglitz to Luke Mann, fouled away. So Schallenberger goes first to third on the base hit to right field. Cunningham cuts down a speedy Seth Halverson at second base. And now with the infield back, Luke Mann just trying to put a ball in play and drive in the first run of the ball game. The 1-1. Breaking ball down low. Blocked nicely once again by Westfall. Mann has driven in 8 runs so far this summer, has scored 10 of them. The 2-1 from Sieglitz. Chop foul.
Yeah, both of those are highest on the team. And he's looking for another run batted in here. And he sets the precedent high for his statistics coming into the game, hitting .545. He sets the bar high for himself.
Can you imagine going 2 for 4 and your batting average drops? 2-2 coming from Sieglitz. Hit foul. Cunningham's going to give it a chase, and it is out of play.
12 hits and 22 at-bats, as you mentioned. 10 runs scored, and he's looking to notch another run batted in to his team lead 8 RBIs so far this season.
Austin Schmidt leads the league with 12 runs driven in. But Luke Mann right at the top of every statistical category here this summer. Looking for a 1-out RBI here.
It's tough to pitch to Mann. He has power to all fields, and he's shown that gap-to-gap power. He's shown an opposite field home run. He's pulled a home run. So it's tough to try to approach him at the plate with 8 of his 12 hits going for extra bases.
And a 1-out walk, but now the double play in order. And Connor Kiffer will be the hitter, the 5th place hitter, playing third base.
So a couple walks this inning now from Sieglitz. We saw him work 3 scoreless frames with no walks, and his stuff was looking great, but a single by Halverson and a couple walks this inning, albeit Halverson was retired, trying to stretch it to a double, has complicated things for the right-hander. Still no score, though. We'll see if he can strand a pair.
Looking to roll the double play. He won't. That's roped into center field. Jack Rigoni, a diving catch in right center. And he's going to try to throw man out at first. And Sieglitz diving, backing up that play. Nobody was covering first, but Josh Sieglitz,
Wow.
a couple of diving plays.
Oh, my. Rigoni and Sieglitz. That's incredible right there by the pitcher. As Rigoni made a web gem right there.
Couple of web gems.
And then he threw it to first, and Sieglitz gets over there. Wow.
So Rigoni
They both are totally laying out.
steals a base hit. Still a sac fly for Connor Kiffer. Drives in the first run of the game. Man takes off for second. The throw by Westfall is wide. That stolen base brought to you by the O'Fallon Family YMCA, the Y for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. A 2-out stolen base for Mann. He's in scoring position now for Caden Deal. The RBI sac fly by Connor Kiffer, and he drives in his 5th run of the summer. And Schallenberger comes across to score to make it 1-0 Cavemen. First run coming here in the bottom of the 4th. And what do you know? The leadoff walk comes across to score.
Schallenberger doing a good job working that walk to start off the inning. Now Sieglitz has had to nibble a couple times, issuing a couple walks and getting a lot of help from his defense this inning as he looks to strand man, as he has surrendered the first run of this ball game. Now a 1-0 lead for the Cavemen. We'll see if they can't try to add on against Sieglitz, who has lost it a little bit here in the 4th in terms of his command. But if he can get out and reset and recalibrate, likely he could go back out for more clean innings. But when it starts off with a leadoff walk, not only is it likely to score, but it shifts your mentality as a pitcher for the rest of the inning in terms of it's a setback a lot of the times.
Looking to keep from surrendering a 2-out free pass here. He's already surrendered a couple free passes here in the 4th. Man out there at second. Caden Deal at the plate in a 3-1 count. 2-2 count, rather. That's a pop foul out of play. Sieglitz looking to get this final out here in the 4th. Sac fly by Connor Kiffer. Drives in the first run of the game. Schallenberger, after walking the lead off the inning, comes around to score. The 2-2 in the dirt. Blocked by Westfall. Throw down to third, and Woods dropped it, and it goes down the left field line. And Luke Mann will come across to score to make it 2-0. Westfall made a strong throw over to third, but Tommy Woods tried to slap the tag before he had the baseball. So give Woods an E5 and the second run of the inning. And the second run of the game gives the Cavemen a 2-0 lead. And Kiffer goes down on strikes. We send it to the top of the 5th. Cavemen scratch across a couple. A sac fly and the error bring in a couple of runs. We head to the 5th, 2-0 Cavemen. Again, this inning brought to you by our friends at Interco Recycling.
Second run is unearned.
We apologize for that. Apologize for that background noise, but Interco Recycling, they've been recycling non-ferrous industrial metals, batteries, computers, and electronics since 1996. Their 400,000 square foot, 45-acre facility is located on the Illinois side of downtown St. Louis. So if your company has large amounts of scrap metals, batteries, or electronics in need of recycling, you can give Interco Recycling a call at 1-877-258-5500 3601, or you can head to the internet and just type in itcscrap.com into your web browser. You can find them there, or at 1-877-258-3601. Interco Recycling, a Metaltronics recycler since 1996. Apologize for that background noise. The generator just comes on randomly, so we apologize if you hear that again. But nonetheless, a 2-0 lead for the Cavemen. They scratch across a couple. A sac fly and an excellent diving catch out in center field by Rigoni. Potentially saved another run. And then Mann comes across to score on the stolen base and the error. And that's hit through the left side and a leadoff base hit for Jack Rigoni.
And now Rigoni getting on base to start off this inning is going to be interesting to see how Salzman will work things. No one's really been able to get to him yet except Josh Gibson had that double to left field in the third. But now Salzman will work off a leadoff runner on base, and that's a speedy one, that is. And Jack Rigoni, you saw that speed in that web gem he made in center field.
Covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
Just last inning to help out his pitcher, Josh Sieglitz.
Just the third base hit surrendered by Salzman here working into the fifth inning. 6 strikeouts. And just the one. Six strikeouts, no walks. Surrendered by Salzman. 57 pitches through 4 innings, 41 for strikes. Rigoni takes off for second. The throw down by Rose, not in time. Rigoni swipes second. That stolen base brought to you by the O'Fallon Family YMCA, the Y for youth development, healthy living, and, of course, social responsibility. Rigoni swipes the bag, and he is in scoring position with nobody out for Tate Wargo.
And you wonder if Sieglitz's night is complete. Sam Lemkool, the left-hander, getting loose in the Gems bullpen.
All indications are Sieglitz will be done after 4 innings. The lefty Lemkool getting loose.
And who knows, maybe they send him out and say, hey, if there's any trouble, we'll put you back in. But
Lemkool's already been up a couple of times, so you would imagine, don't want to speculate on anything, but all indications is that Sieglitz's afternoon is through. But we'll find out after Salzman records the 3 outs, or he or another pitcher records the 3 outs here in the top of the 5th. That breaking ball just clips Wargo, and he will take first.
Number 11, Jacob Gentry.
So now the tying run on base. The Gems looking to answer the 2 runs put up by the Cavemen, as that 2-strike breaking ball got away from Salzman in the bottom of the Gems order, providing a little life here in the 5th.
first real jam it feels like Salzman's had to work under. He has surrendered a couple runners on base, but now with runners on first and second and nobody out, we'll see what the right-hander can do. He's been tremendous today with his command and his stuff and his breaking ball as well, getting 6 strikeouts. And he worked 5 innings against these Gems last time, but we'll see if he can't keep the clean sheet.
Rigoni takes off for third, a ground ball to the left side. Turnbow is going to have to go to first, not in time. Infield base hit for Jacob Gentry, and the bases are loaded for the top of the Gems order, Josh Gibson.
Gibson seeing the baseball really well right now. 5 doubles. Had one last at-bat, smoked it to left field.
Gibson swinging a hot bat. And they'll look to keep that bat hot here with the bases loaded, nobody out. Gems mounting a rally here in the 5th.
Big opportunity time here for the Gems.
First pitch breaking ball, swing and a miss by Gibson. So a couple of base hits and a hit by pitch have loaded the bases. The bottom third of the Gems order all getting on base. And they turn things over to the top, Josh Gibson.
Back-to-back breaking balls. Salzman goes with the bases loaded and nobody out against Gibson. Gets himself ahead 0-2 in the count.
That's having confidence in your stuff if you can throw back-to-back breaking balls to start an at-bat with the bases loaded. The 0-2. A jam shot on the infield. Infield fly rule will be in effect. And Kiffer puts it away for the first out and a big one for Salzman.
I love the confidence that Salzman has. You throw 2 breaking balls, and then you know I want a ground ball or something really weak or a strikeout, and he comes in and saws off Gibson's hands, comes right inside, gets in his kitchen, and that's a great job of executing the inside fastball after throwing a couple breaking balls there, and now is just 1 pitch away.
Slow him down with the off-speed stuff, and then speed him up with the fastball. And he busts Gibson inside. Gibson now 1 for 3. And now the designated hitter, Tyler Fogarty, 0 for 2 on his afternoon so far. Just 2 hits. Make that 3 hits given up by Salzman. That's chopped to third and foul.
That's wonderful execution, and now as Salzman's working through the order a couple times, they've seen his breaking ball, but he's throwing it in different counts now, and he's mixing the location with his fastball. Coming inside to Gibson right there, that's wonderful execution. And here, obviously, he's trying to run something inside and get that ground ball, but working out here with the bases loaded, nobody out, that'd be very impressive from the right-hander. We'll see if he can do it.
The 1-1 to Fogarty, swing and a miss on the breaking ball in the dirt.
When the pitcher has the bases loaded, he knows I got nowhere to put this guy. Got to give my best stuff. And he's really shown his best stuff to Gibson with great breaking balls. And here, got 2 strikes on Fogarty after throwing a nasty one.
See what he goes to here. 1-2. Another breaking ball and a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for Drake Salzman.
It's tremendous work today for Salzman. Wow. And to come in with the bases loaded, that's just, hey, no, I can't put him anywhere. I can't risk a ball in play. I got to throw it. I got to bury a breaking ball. He buries back-to-back breaking balls to get Fogarty right there. That's wonderful execution. That's great pitching so far this inning.
Now he'll work to Tommy Woods with the bases loaded 2 away, so he gets the pop out from Gibson and then the strikeout of Fogarty. And Salzman trying to work out of a bases loaded no-out jam and keep a 2-0 lead. He has to get Tommy Woods. Foul tip at the plate, 0-2.
The confidence that Salzman has, now he can do what he wants in this 0-2 count.
We've seen him feature a good breaking ball, throwing it in any count. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball and just gets away from him.
Be interesting to see if he goes back to it after missing on that one inside. He has the advantage to maybe go inside with a fastball. But a big pitch right here.
Big pitch coming here on 1-2 to Tommy Woods. Bases loaded. Swing and a miss. 8 strikeouts for Drake Salzman.
Wow.
And he works around a bases loaded no-out jam and a 2-0 Cavemen lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Cross Shield Collegiate League TV. Josh Stieglitz has worked through 4 innings, surrendered a couple of runs, and he's back out there for the 5th. As he apologized, they're doing some work right behind us here in the press box. Outside the press box, but if you hear some interruptions, we apologize, but we'll keep chugging right along, and we keep chugging right along in this briskly played ball game. 2-0. Cavemen looking to add on here in the bottom of the 5th against Josh Stieglitz. To 0-2 count to Zach Floyd. 0 for 1 on his afternoon so far. The 0-2 from Stieglitz. Foul out of play. Another 0-2 is fouled once again. We'll try it again on 0-2. Zach Floyd looking to get things started for the Cavemen as they look to add on bottom 3rd of their order. Floyd, Rose, and Bunton due up here in the 5th. It was a sac fly by Connor Kiffer, and then a stolen base of 3rd followed by an error that scored the 2nd run, Luke Mann. 3 foul balls on 0-2 from Zach Floyd. Still in an 0-2 count here against Josh Stieglitz leading off the 5th. Stieglitz trying to keep the Cavemen lead at 2. As Drake Salzman has worked 5 scoreless, he worked out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam in the top of the 5th. Breaking ball called, 3rd strike. Floyd put up a good fight, fouling off 4 2-strike pitches. But Stieglitz drops a breaking ball in there for strike 3 and the first out of the 5th. And now the catcher, Nick Rose, grounded out to 3rd. Over to Tommy Woods on a check swing ground ball. Leading off the 3rd inning, he hits with 1 away and nobody on here in the 5th. That pitch misses outside from Stieglitz. Nick Rose, 1 for 13 on the summer, coming into play today. 0 for 1 here this afternoon. And make that 1 for 2 as that gets over a leaping Josh Gibson and on into center field. And a 1-out base hit for Nick Rose. And now the second baseman, Andy Bunton. He tried to bunt himself on base and was thrown out by Stieglitz on a very fine barehanded play. He gunned it over to first and retired Bunton. That was the 2nd out of the 3rd inning. 1 away, 1 on here in the 5th. Fouled away on the first pitch. Bunton 1 for 8 coming into play. Playing in his 4th game here for Will Bradley's Cavemen. 2-5-1 for the Cavemen so far this summer. 2-4 for the Gems. Both teams trying to end losing streaks. Oh, 0-2 count here to Andy Bunton. The pitch from Stieglitz. Swing and a miss. Couple of strikeouts in the inning for Stieglitz. and make that 5 on the afternoon. And Justin Paulson is going to go to his bullpen here with 2 away here in the 5th. We'll tell you about the new Gems hurler when we come back. 2 away, 1 on here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Cavemen lead. So Josh Sieglitz, his longest outing of the summer, comes to a close. 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks for the right-hander. And he gives way to a left-hander, Sam Limcool. 2 away, 1 on. And the top of the order, Colin Turnbow. 6 innings work for Limcool so far this summer. 3 hits. He's given up just 1 earned run, struck out 5, and walked 1, making his 4th appearance. And the first pitch to Colin Turnbow misses inside. Turnbow 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch leading off the bottom of the 1st and then struck out swinging for the final out of the 3rd. So Sieglitz gives way to Limcool here with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th, and the Cavemen with a 2-0 lead looking to add on. And that's hit in the shallow right. Cunningham camps underneath it. So Limcool retires Turnbow on a couple of pitches. He comes in and does his job. We head to the top of the 6th. Will Connolly will take things from here. 2-0 Cavemen lead here on Car Show Collegiate League TV.
This inning's brought to you by Interco Recycling. Interco has been recycling non-ferrous industrial metals, batteries, computers, and electronics since 1996. The company operates a 400,000 square foot, 45-acre facility on the Illinois side of downtown St. Louis. So if your company has large amounts of scrap metals, batteries, or even electronics to recycle, you can call Interco Recycling at 1-877-258-3601 or on the web at www.itcscrap.com. Luke Mann on the mound. So Drake Salzman's day is complete, and he was electric tonight. This afternoon, 77 pitches, Shane. 5 innings of work, scoreless frames of all of them, and 8 strikeouts. And most impressively, last inning, striking out a couple hitters when the bases were loaded with nobody out. But he leaves way to the right-hander, Luke Mann.
And retiring 1, 2, 3 in the order, no less. He allowed 7, 8, 9 to reach, and then subsequently retires the next 3 hitters with the bases loaded. That's some impressive stuff, holding on and no less hanging on to a 2-0 lead.
So Luke Mann will come out to the mound, making his second appearance here in the Car Shield Collegiate League on the mound. We've talked all about his lengthy hitting statistics and how he's at the top of the table at almost every statistic, but last time out he did face these Gems on Wednesday. He went 2 innings, surrendered 3 hits and 1 run, but it wasn't earned, and had 5 strikeouts. In those 2 innings, he featured some electric stuff. He'll face Gage Cruz, Matt Westfall, and Kylan Cunningham. That shifts the defensive alignment a little bit. Brendan Claus will be at third, and Connor Kiffer will now be at first after Mann goes to the mound. A 2-0 ball game, as Mann will likely try to close this one out for the Cavemen, and that would get them off the schneid per se. They've lost 3 games in a row. The Gems have lost 4 in a row. One team will end a streak today, and Luke Mann looks to close the door, trying to get these 6 outs for the Cavemen after Drake Salzman worked a gem today on the mound.
Pun intended?
No pun intended. It was a beauty what Salzman did on the mound today. 5 scoreless, 8 Ks. Had beautiful command is a broken bat. First pitch offering, and Mann will catch it himself and throw it around the horn. Gage Cruz is retired on the first pitch. Mann got in there and tied up Cruz. He popped it up, and Luke Mann just took a couple steps off the mound and caught that one.
Got it all up in his kitchen on the first pitch, and he gets a first pitch pop up. That's efficiency right there.
Matt Westfall into the box. He'll face Luke Mann out here for the second time this summer on the mound. He throws a breaking ball in there for the first strike. Mann worked a couple innings last time, so we know he can be featured in multiple innings, and likely that would be the case here to try to close things out for Will Bradley as Westfall hits this one towards the right side. Kiffer is running towards it, but it will be out of play. 0-2 is the count against the catcher, Matt Westfall, facing off against Luke Mann, the dual threat, the two-way star at the University of Missouri in the SEC, former Vianney standout. Now playing here in the Car Shield Collegiate League. Facing against Matt Westfall. Here in a 2-0 ball game. It's been a great, beautifully pitched game so far.
On back-to-back days, back-to-back games, we've seen a couple of very well-pitched games, both featuring the Cavemen.
Yeah, Josh Hoffman go deep into that ball game yesterday until those Eagles somehow found a way to get another walk-off. Forrest Herman has his squad. They've rattled off 3 walk-offs in a row and 5 victories. They're at the top of the table, 6-2. These 2 teams both towards the bottom of the table. The Gems have dropped 4 in a row, in jeopardy of making it 5 if they can't get a couple runs off Mann. Westfall gets called on strike 3 there. They say he went around, and Kylan Cunningham will now come to the plate. And man, oh man, have we learned something today. Kylan Cunningham showed us his power these past couple days, but we didn't know he had a cannon, as that left arm has cut down a couple runners today, as he'll try to muster up something here with 2 away against Luke Mann.
An absolute rocket ship of an arm from Kylan Cunningham. He hit a rocket ship of a home run. Excuse me, rocket ship of a home run.
A rocket ship?
A rocket ship. Rocket ship. P.
0-1 the count to Kylan Cunningham. A left-handed hitting right fielder. There's Luke Mann getting the signs from Nick Rose as this battery is looking to get off this losing streak. Both teams on him. Mann trying to close the door for Will Bradley. Already got a couple outs. Just will need 4 more. As we're heading deep into this ball game, the story today has been the Maryville commit Drake Salzman, who featured 5 scoreless innings. As Mann gets Cunningham to swing through that pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right fielder. One ball, 2 strikes. His man gets the offer into Cunningham. He went to the changeup low and away. And such an important situation when you're pitching is if a bloop and a blast and the game is tied, you got to be careful throwing to these guys. But Mann gets Cunningham swinging. So a scoreless frame for Mann as he sets down the Gems in order. We send it to the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Cavemen lead on Car Shield Collegiate League TV. Brennan Kloss due up, so he came into the game and took that designated hitter spot in the order from Mark Schallenberger, Shane. So 2, 3, 4 due up for the Cavemen, Kloss, Halverson, and Mann. As Lemkool works, he came in last inning and got the fly out to right field. After Sieglitz got a couple outs in his longest outing this summer, went 4 2/3, and Lemkool got the next out quickly. And the left-hander not facing Schallenberger, you thought maybe a reason they would bring in the lefty is because they got a couple big lefty thumpers in the middle of this order in Schallenberger and Mann. And now facing Claus, and a 2-0 count, a swing and a miss. A 2-0 ball game. Cavemen looking for some insurance here in the bottom of the 6th inning off the southpaw Sam Lemkool. Lemkool went 4 innings last time out. Here in his 4th appearance of the Summers, this ball's hit towards Kylan Cunningham, who makes the catch. And he's made a couple plays today there in right field.
He's been busy out there, showing out nicely.
Number 51, Seth Halverson.
So we got news via the Twitter. Jake Berger will be joining the Car Shield Collegiate League, former first-round draft pick. So we got to at least express our watch out to a lot of the pitchers in this league now.
Yeah, fair warning. You've been warned.
As Lemkool delivers that, and Halverson takes a healthy swing and a miss. 0-1 the count with 1 away. There's a couple Mizzou Tigers in this order, hitting 3 and 4 for Will Bradley. Another swing and a miss on the breaking ball from Lemkool. As there's a lot of good players in this league.
We just added another one.
Professional athletes and guys who have been drafted in the top 10 rounds. You add another one there. It'll be exciting to see him play here at CarShield Field. The check swing goes right back to Lemkool, who throws it over to first, and Cruz gets the out and throws it around the horn. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning as the Cavemen have a 2-0 lead, and Luke Mann will come to the plate. And he wants to get 3 more outs with that right arm to secure a Caveman victory as well in the next half.
A very important inning here for Lemkool to keep this lead at 2-0. We've seen what can happen in the 7th inning. So you cannot let the Cavemen get any insurance runs here. You got to keep this lead at 2-0. Give your offense a chance.
As Mann fouls that one out of play. Mann walked and came around to score back in the 4th inning. His 11th run scored here this season, leading the team. Accounted for a lot of this offense for the Cavemen. It feels like the plot thickens every single day when we mention some of those statistics, just because the nature of those numbers continuing to soar head and shoulders above everybody else in the league as teams start to separate in the standings and also the statistics as well as the 1-1 pitch awaits from the left-hander. That ball's fouled towards the Gems dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count with 2 outs. Lemkool features a nice breaking ball. He's using that to the lefty man. A tough lefty-on-lefty matchup. Lemkool here has thrown 6 innings so far this summer here in his 4th appearance. Just to win a couple innings. First 2 appearances just notched 1 inning apiece. Went 4 innings versus the Corn Belters last Sunday. That was his last time out, so he's well rested to give Paulson a couple strong innings here. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 away to Luke Mann. The pitch is hit right back to Lemkool for the 2nd time this inning. Flips it over to Cruz. And we send it to the final shot for the Gems. You're watching CarShield Collegiate League TV. This inning's brought to you by Interco Recycling. Our friends at Interco Recycling have been recycling non-ferrous industrial metals, batteries, computers, and electronics since 1996. The company operates a 400,000 square foot, 45-acre facility on the Illinois side of downtown St. Louis. So if your company has large amounts of scrap metals, batteries, or electronics to recycle, you can call Interco Recycling at 1-877-258-3601 or on the web at www.itcscrap.com. Interco Recycling, a Melotronics recycler since 1996. Luke Mann looks to close the door here. A 2-0 lead for the Cavemen. And he'll face Jack Rigoni, Tate Wargo, and Jacob Gentry. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Gems. Gems need to get a couple runs. In jeopardy of dropping their 5th game in a row here in the CarShield Collegiate League. A 1-ball, 1-strike as the right-hander Luke Mann looks to shut the door here and protect that shutout of the pitching staff that the Cavemen have. And Drake Salzman, a big part of that, going 5 scoreless innings, striking out 8 And he looked electric today. Best we've seen his stuff, and his command is something special that Maryville's going to be able to have in addition to their pitching staff this coming spring. And a strike 3 there. Man paints the black, and they throw it around the horn.
Boy, how deadly of a weapon is this for Will Bradley? The best hitter in your lineup, also coming in throwing gas on the mound with a good breaking ball. I mean,
he's the best hitter in the league, and he's definitely tops in on the mound as well, featuring his stuff mainly out of the bullpen. And what a weapon that is. That running fastball to Tate Wargo, as the Gems don't have too many outs to play with. Just a couple more Luke Mann will try to get to preserve and conceal a victory, as that breaking ball going from 12-6 on the clock drops in there for a strike. Some tight, sharp spin on that breaking ball from the right-hander. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 away. Wow.
falling off the table.
That pitch missed upstairs. It was close to Tate Wargo, the second baseman, looking to get on base for these Gems in this final shot. Two balls and a strike, the delivery. And that is a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tate Wargo. All the Gems need is a bloop and a blast to tie this one up. It's such a close matchup. They're trying to get a base runner on against the Mizzou Tiger right-hander. The 2-2 pitch. Just missed outside. Nick Rose tried to frame it, but the count swells up to 3 balls and 2 strikes against the second baseman, Tate Wargo. A wonderfully pitched game. We mentioned it from Salzman, but Sieglitz had a great effort on the mound as well. But his team not able to score this afternoon rather. But man, with issuing the free pass, and things get a little interesting now as the tying run comes to the plate. Jacob Gentry in the box.
You talk about the excellent outing from Sieglitz. It's a shame some pitcher's going to have to take the loss this afternoon. It's been a brilliantly pitched ball game.
And man looks to go over, check on the runner at first. It scoots away from Connor Kiffer, but eventually they get the ball back in Mann's hands. Runner at first stays put, Tate Wargo. Jacob Gentry, the left fielder. If you're the Cavemen, you're looking okay. We're 1 pitch away. If you're the Gems, you're saying the tying run's at the plate. And the strike gets in there to Jacob Gentry.
That's why baseball is such a beautiful game.
Coming down to the final frame here as Luke Mann comes set and delivers the 0-1 pitch. That breaking ball missed upstairs. We've seen Mann feature a nice breaking ball and a fastball this afternoon. As Josh Gibson is on deck. He's been slugging the baseball lately. That pitch is missed up. The breaking ball popped out of the right-hander's hand. 2 balls and a strike. As Mann trying to shut the door on a 2-0 lead. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Pitch missed low. So the inning started off as Mann caught Rigoni looking. Then he issued the free pass to Tate Wargo, and now in a 3-1 count to Jacob Gentry. Pitch taken for a strike, and the count is full for the second consecutive hitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Runner at first is Tate Wargo. Gentry in the box, the tying run. The pitch hit to the right side, but it's going to be caught by Caden Deal, the right fielder. So 2 away, and now just 1 out to play with final shot. Josh Gibson. Josh Gibson has featured some power. He's had a couple near home runs. He's been really slugging the baseball. We know he can put it out of the park, and he is the tying run. Facing off against Luke Mann. So final inning, 2 outs, tying run at the plate as Luke Mann looks to shut the door. Breaking ball misses. A ball, no strikes. to the shortstop and leadoff hitter. Josh Gibson already has a double today. We thought it almost had a chance as he belted that one to left field. Man gets the fastball right there on the black as the right-hander has great command of the glove side, painting the black on the outside corner to these right-handed hitters. The runner on first, Tate Wargo. Josh Gibson in the box, the tying run here in the 7th inning. A swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Now down to the final strike are these Gems. In a 2-0 ball game. Man trying to finish off what Drake Salzman started with 5 scoreless innings and 8 strikeouts. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch is fouled away. We'll do it again.
Still, till you get this final out, the other team's got a chance. As long as you have 1 strike, as long as you have any sort of breath whatsoever, you're still alive.
One ball and 2 strikes with 2 away. The pitch is hit away to the left side. His man got Rigoni looking to start this inning, then issued a walk to Tate Wargo. Then Jacob Gentry flew out to right field. Now you have Josh Gibson up as the Gems are down to their final strike here in the Car Shield Collegiate League on a beautiful afternoon where we've got 3 baseball games today. A doubleheader starting at 5:30 to follow. The pitch. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. 3 consecutive foul balls with a 1-2 count.
Pesky hitter up there, Josh Gibson. He's showing the power, but he can fight with the best of them. Big matchup here against Luke Mann. Fighting tough here with 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The right-hander gets the signs from Nick Rose and delivers. Upstairs as the count runs to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Man trying to get the final out for the Cavemen. Gibson looking to pass the baton on to the hitter on deck, Tyler Fogarty. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Now the count runs full for the 3rd consecutive hitter. And the payoff pitch awaits. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the final frame in a 2-0 game where the tying run is at the plate in Josh Gibson. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and man shuts the door. The Cavemen win and end their losing streak. Gems drop their 5th in a row. We will be back with you in a moment to recap it all, so stay tuned with us, and stay tuned with us all day long. We got a couple more baseball games on tap on Car Shield Collegiate League TV. Be back with you in a minute. It's a final 2-0. Cavemen get the victory, and they end their losing streak. Gems now have dropped 5 games in a row. We have a doubleheader on tap for you tonight, starting at 5:30. Shane Holsey, Will Connolly, as always, thanks to Charlie Bornoff for it all. But Drake Salzman with 5 shutout innings while striking out 8 batters. The Maryville commit looked great today. And coming off what we saw his stat line for the Henderson Reddies, 19 strikeouts, just 1 walk, we shouldn't be surprised. He strikes out 8 and just walks 1 and then hands it off to Luke Mann, who gets the save. The Mizzou right-hander throws a couple scoreless innings. But we don't want to short Josh Sieglitz. In a losing effort, still has an excellent line 4 2/3. He had 6 strikeouts, just 2 walks, and 1 earned run. And then Lemkool came in and threw a scoreless inning in a third. But great pitching today, a 2-0 ball game, an old pitcher's duel that went to the way of the Cavemen. Salzman and Mann combined for a shutout, and Will Bradley's squad gets a victory.
We've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen a 14-10 slugfest. We've seen a couple of pitchers' duels in a row. We'll see what next game has in store for us. But Drake Salzman was absolutely incredible, and we shouldn't be surprised with the command he showed today.
Lights out. For Chucky B and Shane Holsey, I'm Will Connerly. Stay tuned with us. We'll be back with you at 5:30.